So this video is way overdue. And real quick, I'm going to provide some backstory here. If you want to jump right to the details of the review, just use the chapter links that I've provided below rather than leaving an angry comment. Thank you. And this is Mooners. He is not my cat, he's my neighbor's cat, but he likes to come hang out. And I assume if you're watching this video, you're probably already in the market for some kind of off-road lights. When I'm out on the trail, I do like to get to camp before the sun goes down, but it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes things go wrong. You end up on the trail after dark, especially in the winter months when the sun goes down so early. The other thing that can happen, and has happened to me on multiple occasions, is something going wrong in the middle of the night and needing to be getting down a trail in the dark. If you do enjoy getting out in the backcountry, some kind of off-road lighting is definitely a worthy investment. My experience is that you just can't have too much light. You want to be able to see what you're doing. So Colite sent me these lights to test and review like in the middle of last year. I've had these for like a year and a half. And when they sent them to me, they knew that I wouldn't get to them until I had finished fabricating my front bumper. Various things came up last year and I did not get to the bumper until much later than I expected, which was like in December of last year. I mounted these lights right away, but I had some other sort of projects going on and some sort of long-term plans for electrical work, and so I kind of waited to get these wired up because I wanted to sort of do all of my electrical stuff at once. Meanwhile, they just had been riding around on my truck for almost a year. I did finally wire them up right before my last trip off into Eastern Oregon and a little bit of Western Idaho. And I'm so glad that I did, because these ended up being a lifesaver for me. I had to abandon camp in the wee hours of the morning in the dark because it was starting to snow. I needed to get off the mountain, and these things lit up the trail for me so beautifully. I was so grateful they were on the truck. So let's talk about these a little bit. Now these are Colite's Mars series driving lights, and these are the 7-inch round lights. They also offer them in a 9-inch size, I think. And they have a number of other lines of driving lights, light bars, a lot of different options. I wanted to get some big round lights for the front of the Frontier, in part just because I like the look, but I also just needed more light up here. The stock headlights on the Frontier leave a lot to be desired. One thing that really appealed to me about these lights when they reached out to me is the fact that they are quite affordable. They're really, they're a nice budget option. I think it's about $150, $160 for a pair of these, which makes these an excellent value for the incredible amount of light that they put out. I wired these up using the wiring harness that they provided. It was very simple. It included a relay, it included a two-way switch, one for the driving lights and one for the running lights that are also included. So these have been on the truck for basically 4 seasons now, and they look fantastic. They have held up very well. My truck is outside all the time. It never gets garaged because it doesn't fit. There's no moisture, nothing has gotten into anything. None of the hardware has rusted out like many of my other budget lights. Really seem to be very nicely built, and you know, like I said, they rode around on the truck for a year. I finally got them wired up about a month ago, and they worked just fine. They turned right on, no problem at all. Here's my Frontier with the stock high beams on, and here's the Colite 7-inch Mars. The difference is like night and day. Here's a view from inside the truck. Low beams. Beams, lights. I could certainly aim these to shine further down the road, but my primary use is on the trail where I'm moving at slow speeds and most interested in seeing what is closer to me. I got to very unexpectedly put these to the test for real just days after hooking them up. They illuminated the trail beautifully, and I had impeccable vision of every obstacle in front of me. Now, it's possible to spend a lot of money on off-road lights. There are some very expensive options out there, but not everyone has that kind of budget, and it is nice that there are options like this that are much more affordable, that really do a very effective job on the trail. I would like to say thank you to the people at Co-Lite, both for giving me the opportunity to try these lights out and for their extreme patience in waiting for me to actually talk about these on the channel. They've been very patient and supportive, and really have been really great people to work with, and that's just been another positive aspect of this experience. I have no affiliation with Co-Lite, nor do I earn commissions, so I have no stake in whether you buy these or not. This review is purely for your information. In my opinion, these lights are effective and well built, and a great value for the price. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to take a closer look, and thank you for watching.